Magazine presents for you Kicking It with Kavi. Work out like the pros. Enjoy.
Hey everybody, you're Kicking It with Kavi. Today we're here with J.R. Allen and TNE Magazine. We're talking health and fitness. J.R. is a personal trainer. He's been on Renata Romaine's Air Candy in the Morning on Sirius XM Hip Hop 44. He's a celebrity trainer, and he's been through the process himself. JR, with your wisdom and your knowledge and all your fun workouts, say hello to TNE Nation. How you doing, man?
I'm doing well. What's going on, TNE Nation? I'm glad to be here with you guys and with you too, Kavi.
Awesome, man. Welcome to the show. This issue of the magazine is Never Forget. You know, we want to be talking about all the things we're thankful for in our life and how to learn about value and how to appreciate the people and opportunities in our life. And, you know, I'm the director of health and wellness and the fitness reporter for TNE Magazine. So, you know, holidays are coming up. Everybody wants to stay consistent with their goals. People may even want to reach new goals before the new year. So I really want to incorporate not only the gratitude, but the gratitude, how you use it in fitness, and the people who helped you along the way. So let's get into it, man. You know, you've been in the fitness game for a long time. You know, how has your perspective changed from, like, say, day one when you started to get serious about fitness to today?
The first thing that I noticed when I first got into fitness, it was just, you know, a personal goal to start getting in shape. And it was basically, you know, strength training, a lot of lifting weights. I wasn't even doing much cardio, really wasn't paying attention to my diet. And when I got into the industry, it was still a lot of strength training, you know, the bodybuilding type of workouts, you know, your 8 reps, 3 to 4 sets, you know, 8 to 10 reps, 8 to 12 reps. Even powerlifting.
You're talking about weightlifting, correct?
Yeah, with your strength training, with your weightlifting. And the way things have changed, what I've noticed and what I've gotten into, and I'm doing it with my clients, is you have to start with the basic. And your base should be more corrective. If I can get my corrective, training in with my clients and corrective exercises, corrective movements, it helps build and it helps for your day-to-day activity. So I noticed the biggest difference is instead of focusing on the aesthetics, it's focusing on how can I get to my day-to-day life. You know, picking up the groceries or taking the garbage out, picking up my child, cleaning the tub. You know, starting with things of that nature, and that in itself will help with your aesthetics because once we get that down, we can move on to your strength training.
I like that, man. I like that. You know, you can't build a house if you don't have a good foundation. And
exactly.
You know, in strength training, the basics are there, like looking at your posture and looking at, you know, your form, especially when it comes to weight training and, you know, staying in that fit level. And you know what? To speak on that, to piggyback off of that, when I was a young kid and I got into weightlifting too, I didn't know what I was doing. So if I want to talk about being thankful, I was glad that I did it the wrong way in the beginning, which I'm sure you have too.
Exactly. It's funny you say that.
And now you know better.
Yep, exactly. Because that's how you learn and that's how you get better. That's through all aspects of life. If you don't go through the trials and tribulations on doing it wrong, you will never get it right. So when you do it wrong and you have good mentors and people that you look up to that can help guide you, and you reach out to these people, and they can literally help guide you and show you the right way, that's how you become better as a trainer, as a professional, even as someone who's working out on their own.
You're preaching to the choir. And, you know, sometimes when I didn't know anything, and this is how my perspective has changed, I asked somebody who looks better than me, who was in more shape than me, and that's what I have to be thankful for too. Like, oh, you have the knowledge because you've been through it? Okay, teach me. I'm open to learning. And I think that's a good attitude to take when you're actually approaching something that's bigger than yourself or you want to reach a bigger goal.
Yep. It's my dad used to tell me all the time. He's like, closed mouths don't get fed. So if you don't ask, you will never know.
I fully agree. You got to be brave enough to ask somebody and ask for help. And, you know, sometimes I'm a guy, you know, I have pride and I don't want to ask, but I also don't want to injure myself and be at a disadvantage. So you better make sure I'm going to ask. Like I'm going to help myself too.
I agree. I totally agree.
All right, man. That's awesome information. Okay, so you've spoke a lot in the past that you've also gone through some challenges, and you went from being unhealthy to being super fit, and now you coach other people on doing the same thing. What was your biggest challenge you've overcome in your life? And it doesn't have to be in fitness, but what's the biggest challenge you've overcome in your life, and how did you succeed getting over that roadblock?
My biggest challenge, I'm sorry, Vital, I'm 36. So
okay.
My biggest challenge so far in my life was when I lost my job in the music industry.
Okay.
When I lost my job in the music industry, I had no clue what I was going to do. I was already training, myself. I had just finished off doing my second bodybuilding show, and I was in a tailspin. I wasn't a trainer at all, but I knew how to work out and knew all that, but I didn't want to be a trainer. My goal and my focus was to be a successful music exec. To do. And my father at the time, he was like, your calling is bigger than music. He was like, I think you should look at being a trainer. And I'm sitting here and I'm like, why? He was like, because he's like, JR, you've been working out for X amount of years. I was a chubby kid and I lost weight, started working out. He was like, you know the body and you study it. He's like, be a trainer. And I was like, okay. So I started and I ended up becoming a trainer. And this is 2010. And I started working at a tennis facility. And they had restructured their whole fitness program. And they hired this guy by the name of Eric Mays. And Eric, if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. I look up to him as my fitness mentor. My fitness role model because,
of course,
go ahead. Because he was the one that pretty much took me under his wing and showed me all the basics, showed me about corrective training and functional movement and strength training and kettlebells and band workout and all these things. I had no clue. And that changed my life because it was during that time where he literally said to me, he was like, you're going to be a star in this industry. And at the time I was like, yeah, whatever. I've been doing this for 6 months. How do you see that? He was like, because, JR, he was like, not only do you have the look and you have the passion for it, he was like, you study it. He was like, you actually leave work and go home and watch tape and read a Gray Cook book. He was like, you study this stuff. He was like, I don't know many trainers that will go ahead and read a physical therapist book. And I'm like, well, that's the basics, So that motivated me, and the will to not fail at any cost. That's what persevere, and that's my motivation to be successful in this particular industry and then throughout life.
I like that. Speaking to the passion and persistence, I think that's key to any field in anybody's life. If you want success, if you want to overcome those roadblocks, and you've got to be grateful for people like that to actually, not sugarcoat anything and be like, push you and really bring out your talents and your gifts and show them to you, even if sometimes you can't see them yourself. He was saying you couldn't be a superstar. You could be a superstar in this industry. You doubted him, and look at you now, man. Massive success.
Yeah.
So that's something great to look at. Not only that, I just think, especially for our youth coming up in this world, especially in the U.S., there's so many public figures on social media, and if you're talking about having a mentor or somebody to guide you along the way, if you're a young person, you got to look for the right mentor, the right teacher, because there's so many people have access to media and social media that, who do we pick? Who has the best advice for you?
Yeah, and to add to that point, it's not even about having just one. You can have several mentors for different parts of your life, different aspects of your life. You can have a spiritual mentor, you can have a business mentor. You know, like I know certain people that I look up to and that I can call anytime. One is my father, who basically is the person who pushes me to go out there and to do better. You know, if I need anything or need any help, I can always call on my father. And in the business world, I have two, Gene Riggins and Ed Holmes. Both of them are successful in the music industry. Miss Jean, she's a superstar in the music industry. Granted, she's retired now, but in the whole business realm, business is business, and just to have her when I have different questions on how to move my business in the right way, and have that person who has your best at hand and your best interest. And the same thing with Ed Holmes. I can call him like, Ed, I got this great idea where I can get kids involved into something, and he's like, okay, write a proposal. I'll reread it for you, and we can see what we can do. Somebody who wants you to succeed. And that's what we all need. You need people in your corner who want to see you do better.
I agree, man. That's awesome advice. First of all, shout out to Papa Allen. He's got your back, Mr. Little Boy. And the second thing is, you're right, man. You're right. Why have just one person leading you? Like, I'm not going to call the electrician if I have busted water pipes in my house.
Exactly.
I'm going to call the plumber. And,
Exactly.
I think that's good advice, man. That's really good advice, especially if you're a young person and you're listening to this and you have big goals in mind. Look at the experts in your field. Look at the people who have had success in your field, whether it be fitness, business, interpersonal relationships, how to do arts and crafts, man, whatever it is. Like, you got to see who's doing the big things in your field and follow their advice, follow their path, and try it. You got to at least try something once, right, JR?
Exactly. You never know.
Yeah.
You have to. I preach that all the time. You got to at least try it one time.
At least try it. You got to get into action. And speaking of getting into action, we're on the cusp of, we're in the middle of holiday season, and, we have about a couple more months of, like, food and family and friends and having fun and late nights and stuff. So from your experience and from your wisdom, how do you stay focused on being consistent with your health goals and staying fit during the holiday season?
I kid you not. What I'm about to tell you is funny. Look at the holiday season as your starting point to getting that spring body.
Okay, what does that mean?
Right, so basically, right after winter is over, spring is here. So if I start preparing myself and giving myself a goal for the spring, I usually start that in the holiday season. So basically, if I have that in mind, and I know in the spring I might be going on this vacation. In the spring I might have a show that I want to do. In the spring I might, want to take up hiking for, so give yourself a goal. And if you give yourself that goal during the holiday season, it's pretty much easy to stay focused on that, because without a goal, it's easy to fall off the cliff. It really is.
Right.
It's so easy, and you have to think long term.
Right.
Mhm. It's like, all right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I agree. Keep on preaching, man. Tell me.
Yeah. So basically, it's like, all right, I know I can go and, this one piece of cake is not going to hurt, or this one piece of pie isn't going to hurt. But guess what? That one piece of cake and that one piece of pie may literally turn into, all right, you know what? I had this one, so another bite is not going to hurt.
Yeah,
okay, now you just messed up a cheat meal into a cheat day.
Right.
And another thing, I tell people what I do, if I know that, and this is, you have to be realistic. You have to give yourself realistic goals. Eric, if I know I'm starting a new diet and a new plan, all right, the holiday season, so Thanksgiving is coming up. I know that. So basically, stick to your diet until that day. And when that day comes, have your one cheat meal. One meal.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You know, have fun with that meal. Then guess what? Go right back to because that way your body's going to be happy, you're going to be happy, but guess what? You're still on task.
There you go.
Still good to go.
You know, it's the small changes that makes the big differences, and in the grand scheme of things, you know, adult, young child, adolescent, it doesn't matter. But, you know, if you have the mindset and the focus to be like, you know, this is my one cheat meal, I'm determined to stay on track after this, but I'm going to enjoy my time with my family and Thanksgiving and eat this meal. It's fine. I'm not going to beat myself up about it. I'm not going to pressure myself. I know I still have a goal in mind, and it just continues after. You don't have to, you know, make a big deal about it. And you know, like with family and friends, I know some people are like, oh, man, relax. It's the holiday season. Be a little bit free. You don't have to be so strict all the time. And some people don't understand, and that's fine. But, you know, I learn how to value, like, my friends around me, and when I have big fitness goals, I try to incorporate my buddies. And, you know, one of my goals there was to do 5 muscle-ups in a row, which I'm still working on, and 2 of my friends are doing it with me. So how can I get my family and friends on board? How can I get them to be healthy with me and put some value onto that aspect of my life?
Yeah, you know, I tell people it's like when somebody like with success, like with money. It's like, all right, I might be a millionaire, but if all my other friends are making $30,000 a year, how can they enjoy the same things that I want to enjoy? So I need to incorporate them and teach them how to make $1 million or whatever it may be. The same thing with your fitness goals. It's like, all right, I'm working on getting this amazing body for the spring or for the summer. Let me get my best friend, let me get my cousin, my sister, or whoever it may be, to join with me. And we do this together. We do it. We challenge ourselves. We motivate each other. When I don't feel like going to the gym, that's when I need you to be like, I'm outside. Come out. Let's go now, and vice versa. if you seriously, and if you depend on each other and you two have each other's back, it's so much easier. It makes the time that you may not feel that you enjoy doing, because everyone doesn't like the gym. Everyone doesn't. It's something that it's so funny. One of my clients, celebrity client, Mary J. Blige. I've trained her, you know, and I remember one time Mary, she was like, sometimes I hate this. But she was like, you know what? I have a bigger picture. And she was like, because not only am I doing this for myself, I'm doing it for my fans. Because if my fans see me busting my behind in the gym, out of the millions of fans I might have, if I can get 2 and 3 to change their lives, I've done my job. And I was like, you're so right. So if you're busting your behind and you and your friend, it could be just 2 of you, busting your behind, getting in shape, your friend's family and your family is going to see that and be like, oh, wow, you know what? If he did it or she did it, I can do it. And that's how you start changing the fitness world and the fitness culture, because we have an epidemic here in America when it comes to obesity and overweight. You know, and it starts with, and it actually is a big problem with our adolescents. So we can start changing the mind of the adults, and kids look up to the adults as mentors and as role models. And if I can see my role model doing it as a kid, I'm going to get started in doing it.
Man,
and that's how you start changing culture.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely, dude. You're hitting all the key points. You know, to simply put, teamwork makes the dream work. And not only are you reaching your fitness goals with your friends and family, and you're actually building relationships, and you're making your stronger relationships. And you know what? It doesn't have to be a battle. It could be sometimes, but it can be fun. You know, you could
make it fun
anywhere. Yeah, of course. And I think going into the holiday season, like, that's a great attitude to have. Like, you know, solidarity. Incorporate the people that are close to you into your life, and it's not going to hurt. You could get into squabbles during mid-workout, like, this is so hard. Why'd you make me do this? But in the end, you know it's for the better. You know it's for
the better.
You know, reaching a higher goal, and doing it together is beautiful. I can't really say anything else much more than that.
I agree.
Yeah. All right, JR, I want to say thank you so much on behalf of me and TNE Magazine. Everybody, please check out JR's website at todaybefit.com. You can also check out his Instagram at JR_todaybefit. All his social media and links are going to be in the article. Guys, if you like what you heard, comment below, subscribe, check out TNE's social media on Instagram at TNE Mag, and look for my article and video talking more about health and fitness, being thankful and grateful for the people and opportunities in your life, and how to stay fit during the holidays. JR, thank you so much, my man. You take care.
Oh, man. Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
All right. Bye.
Hey TNE fans, we hope you enjoyed this video today. Make sure you subscribe so you never miss any of our amazing interviews, how-to videos, or knowing what's going on in the TNE community. So subscribe now. We look forward to getting your input on this video and the many videos to come.